Hey guys, it's Mackenzie. Welcome back to my channel. So today we have a ship with me video. Today is Friday, January 27th, and the last time that I shipped was on Tuesday. So this is going to cover my sales from the last half of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then earlier today. We have about 30 items, and most all of these sold extremely quickly. I will talk about all of that as I go through each piece. I have my labels printed out here already. I print them on my Dymo label writer for XL, and then I do hand write all the information on the back to relay to you guys. So starting off, our first sale is this really cute plaid dress from American Eagle. I typically like to pick up more substantial. If I'm going to get a dress from American Eagle, I like to pick up more substantial stuff like midi or maxi length dresses. But I thought this had so much going for it, and even though it was a mini length, I did still want to get it. The academia trend has been huge, so I knew I could use that as a keyword with this being a plaid print and a school uniform. It also, the color palette with the kind of dark orange and dark green are kind of wintry colors, so I knew I could add in dark academia, school uniform, even like Y2K and 90s all as keywords. And this was also the newer American Eagle tag. If this had been the older tag and the same dress, I probably would have left it. But it was super cute and in good condition, and I listed it at $28. I would say this probably retailed for like 60 or 65-ish at American Eagle. So yeah, I listed it $28, and someone liked the dress, and so I sent them out a $25 offer with discount ship. That was accepted, making my earnings $17.32. I paid $2 for it, so my net profit was around $15 on that dress, which I'm happy with. That's very bread and butter, but everything adds up. So this is a brand that I recently started picking up. It's called Nick and Zoe, mainly because I realized that the retail price point on it is actually pretty high. This sweater probably retailed for, I would guess, like 150-ish, and they do use a lot of nice materials. So the quality seems to be pretty good. I would suggest you guys try it out if you can find it. I personally probably would only pick it up from the outlet store. Like, I wouldn't pay $6 to $9 at my regular Goodwill store for this brand in particular, but it has been a nice contribution to my bread and butter list of brands that I keep an eye out for. I listed this at $32, and again, someone liked it, and so I sent them out a $28 offer with discount ship. That was accepted, so my earnings were $19.72. I paid $2 for it, and so my net profit was $17.72. Those last two sales, the American Eagle dress and the Nick and Zoe sweater, were actually a little bit older items. I have had them in my closet, I would say 4 to 6 months. But now we are going to get into the very quick sales. Okay, so we have this Burberry Brit cardigan. It's a long line cardigan. It's just a heather gray. And then at the shoulders, you do have the classic Burberry check print, which I like a lot. I mentioned it in the haul video when I showed this, but it just kind of adds like a little bit of, hey, this is a designer item, but it's not so in your face about it. I listed this at $65, so Burberry Brit is a diffusion line within Burberry. It does retail for a bit less, and this was pretty plain. So I listed at $65, and I would say maybe like an hour after being listed, I received two different offers from two different people, one for $40 and one for $45. I obviously accepted the $45 offer, which made my earnings $36. I paid $2.25, and so my net profit was right around $34 on this cardigan. I'm super happy with that, especially with how fast it sold. I would say cardigans are probably, out of all categories of clothing, pants, tops, tanks, shoes, I would say cardigans probably sell the best for me. I think people just really like to layer and be comfy. Okay, moving on, another extremely fast sale. This is Fabletics, super cute. It's a boxy pullover sweatshirt with a cutout in back and a tie at the bottom. This definitely fits into the athleisure trend, which is another extremely fast selling category or type of clothing for me. I listed this at $35. It retailed for around $70 from Fabletics. I think that was the price if you're like not a Fabletics member. And so I listed at $35. Some Fabletics stuff seems to do a lot better than others. I think it depends on how new it is and also just kind of how practical it is. Like this top is really easy to throw on after you're done working out. And you know, you look cute, you feel comfy. So yeah, maybe like again, an hour after being listed, I got a $29 offer, which I thought was super fair. I did accept. That made my earnings $23.20 and my net profit right around $21. So great sale there. That brand does tend to sit for me sometimes, so I have been a little bit pickier with it. Next we have a Lululemon pullover kind of lightweight jacket top. This is reversible. It's like a charcoal gray on one side and then it has a striped print on the other. I actually have sold this exact piece in the past and I love when that happens, when I source the same items I've sourced before or I've sold before, because I just go to my closet and type in the brand, I find the piece from when I sold it in the past, and I just copy and paste the title and listing. It's so easy to list. And I have found that, you know, at this point in my reselling career, I am just selling a lot of the same pieces. And so things are getting a lot faster. We are really moving quick over here these days. So we love that. Time is money. Okay, so I listed this piece at $35. And again, within maybe like an hour or two after being listed, I received an offer of $29. I accepted. My earnings were $23.20. I paid $2.25, so my net profit was right around $21. This did have just a little bit of wear. I don't know if this in particular is like designed to look like that, because the last one that I sold had the same kind of look to it. So, but just to be safe, I did, you know, disclose, hey, it has a little bit of wear. Okay, next we have a 3-piece bundle. I love all of these. This, I showed this in the haul video and so many people wanted to buy it. It's a, I think because it has lots of sellable factors to it. It's very soft and cozy. Like I was mentioning, people want to be comfy. It has a fleece lining. It has a good message, a universal message, be a nice human. You know, it's not something super specific like, you know, something about drinking coffee or whatever, because not everyone drinks coffee. This is a pretty, you know, it's a good message that applies to everyone. I think everyone can agree that you should be a good human. It's also a size extra, extra large. It has a fun boho tie-dye print. So a lot happening with this that would make it appeal to a lot of people. Second off is this very boho patchwork printed dress. So cute, very bohemian, and just easy to throw on. I love this. I love finding this kind of stuff from because it usually just flies out of my closet. I would say is probably my fastest selling bread and butter brand. I think they make a lot of pieces kind of styled after Free People and Anthropologie, but they are more affordable. And honestly, the quality is not bad. They use good materials, and I think, you know, their clothing holds up. Okay, third and last piece in this bundle is this J. Jill shacket. It's a brown corduroy shacket top in a size extra large. I have sold several of these in different colors. I always pick them up, and I always am sure to include shacket. That's how I market it, because these are really nice to have in your closet just to throw on over tank tops, or you can just wear it on its own, buttoned up. Very versatile, I would say. So when the three of these were added together, the bundle price came out to $77, and I was offered $55, which I did counter to $65, mainly because these were all pretty newly listed items. This J. Jill shacket I have had for maybe about a month and a half now, or maybe a month. So it was a little bit slower. But yeah, I countered to $65, and that was accepted. That made my earnings $52. I paid right around $7 for everything. And so my net profit was $45 on this bundle. Someone in my comment section of my last video asked me if my 10.95 boxes were not sealing all the way, but this one feels pretty secure. I usually kind of double check everything when I'm loading it into my IKEA bag to take down to the post office. I just kind of double check all my labels and all of the sides of the boxes to make sure that everything is secure. You can order these priority mail, like sticky strips, online on USPS.com. They're free, and you just like unstick them on the back, and you can just kind of like reinforce the sides like that. And so sometimes I do that. Let me add my label to this. I do have a link for all of my boxes, and I have a link to these strips in the description of this video if you're curious. Okay, moving on. Another bundle, 2 pieces. This first one sold quickly. The second one took a little bit longer. This one is a Paris University graphic sweatshirt. I actually purchased this for myself to wear, but I have so many sweatshirts that I ended up just listing it. It's super cute. I said in the haul video that it's very like Princess Diana with some biker shorts. Hailey Bieber is like all over that look these days. And then second and last piece, I would say this took maybe like 3 months to sell. It's Newer Tag Athleta, and it's a very soft, stretchy knit midi dress. This did have a little bit of wash wear on it. I obviously disclosed that, but I did still want to get it just because, you know, one, my cost of goods are so low, and so I can still make a decent profit even when I account for a little bit of wear in my price, and also just because it had so much going for it. Midi length dresses definitely sell very well for me. It also was the Newer Athleta tag. It's a very soft, stretchy modal blend fabric. And you know, it's that athleisure kind of dress. I think it is like sweat wicking, maybe. And so all of those reasons, all of those factors make it very sellable. And I did want to grab it. Athleta is also really nice to list because it has the style number on the inside tag, like at the bottom hem. So you can just type in Athleta and the style number, and the actual item will just pop right up. You have stock photos and the description. They also include the year that the pieces were manufactured, so you can kind of gauge how old it is, which kind of tells you if it would still be trendy. This one also feels secure, so I think we're good to go. I did order these boxes a long time ago, so maybe the newer ones are not, the adhesive is not good on the newer ones. Okay, anyways, so for these two pieces, pair sweatshirt, Athleta dress, the bundle price came out to $70. I was offered $45, which I did counter to $50. That was accepted. My earnings were $40. I paid $4.50 for both. And so my net profit was right around $35.50 for those pieces. Alrighty, another two-piece bundle. Both, again, very fast sellers. This is an American Giant hoodie. I highly recommend you guys picking up this brand if you see it. They make really high quality stuff. It's made in America. And it's just like really flattering. And you can kind of tell, like if someone was wearing this hoodie, me as a reseller would see it and say, wow, that looks like a really nice high quality hoodie. Or, you know, even someone who's not a reseller. It's just, it looks, you know, it's just one of those kind of things that the quality shows up, I would say, when you're wearing it. If that makes sense. And I love the teal color on this. This was another thing that I highly debated keeping for myself, but I do have several hoodies. Okay, so that's number one. And then secondly, we have this vintage sweatshirt. It says Nude Sunbathing Haven in Hancock, Massachusetts. I have no idea if this is a real place. It says Birch Acres, but it does sound quite interesting, I have to say. I mainly got this because it's a vintage piece. I believe it is vintage 80s, and you know, with the cool graphic and the worn in look and vibe to it, I knew it would sell really well. So when the two of these were added to a bundle, the bundle price came out to $105, and I was offered $94, which I accepted. I love a fast sale, fast offer, so I did go ahead and accept that. My earnings were $75.20. I paid $4.50 for both. And so my net profit came out to right around $70 for these two pieces, which I'm ecstatic about. I hope the buyer loves them. They are really nice pieces. So yeah, this is box 1095. This is for kind of my like bulkier bundles. And then I do have a box number 1092, which is just a little bit smaller. Yeah, then I have my Tyvek envelopes, which are waterproof. That's what I fit most of my like one item sales in. And then I do have my largest box, which is box number 7. I put like boots and hats and really bulky stuff in those boxes. And again, I have a list of everything in the description. Okay, moving on, we have a sweater. This was another really popular piece from the haul. It's vintage, the limited. It's a wool blend. It is made in Hong Kong, so that kind of tipped me off that it was a little bit older. It has this really cool like 3D floral knit, and I loaded this listing up with keywords granny core, cottage core, prairie, anything you can think of. And yeah, it sold really fast. I was super happy about it. I listed it at $35. I got several offers for $30 and under, like right around that $30 mark. And I did keep countering to $32. Just because if something sells for $32, then you make $25.60, which was what I was wanting for this. And someone finally accepted my $32 counter. So that was great. My earnings were $25.60, and my net profit was right around $23.35 for this sweater. It did have a couple spots just from wear or just from age, because it is older. And so if it had been flawless, I probably would have listed this closer to like 45-ish, just because it is so unique. And the granny core, cottage core kind of stuff is so heavily trending with the younger crowd these days. Maybe not even the younger crowd, like everyone. And you know, it's hard to find authentic vintage stuff that fits into those heavily trending trends, if you will. Okay, 2-piece bundle. I believe this was full price. Yeah. So we have a Lucky Brand textured long line cardigan with a fringe trim. This did not have a size tag. Someone cut it out, but I believe it did measure like a size large. So I just went ahead and set that in the listing. I don't shy away from items that are missing size tags. I just measure armpit to armpit and length and describe the fit the best of my ability in the description. Second and last, okay, so this Lucky Brand cardigan sold within like a day of being listed. This jacket took probably 6 months. It's a vintage denim jacket with all of this really artsy embroidery all over. The brand is Alexis and Avery. It's a size medium large. Brand did not mean anything to me. I just got this because I thought it was funky and cool, and unique stuff always sells well for me. So I wanted to get it. I picked this up from the bins. It was probably a couple dollars. So when the two of these were added together, the bundle price came out to $57, and it was a full price sale. So my earnings were $45.60. I paid right around $4 for both, and so my net profit was $41 on this bundle. I haven't been shopping at the bins. I did go once a couple weeks ago with my mom. We were kind of hanging out, drinking coffee, and she was like, I really just miss going to the Goodwill outlet. So I was like, well, let's go. So we just kind of jumped in the car and went, and it was such a good day that day. I found new tags, Ula Johnson, a maxi dress. It's like a $500 dress. It's gorgeous. So I think that will be my next haul video that I'll film. Let me put this, I'm gonna put this in a $10.95 box. But yeah, I think that bins haul will be my next haul video. It was like exhilarating, and ever since then I'm like dying to go back. I do have a pretty big death pile still, so I'm trying to be good and get all of that listed before I go shopping, but it's kind of hard. I have been debating putting together some reseller mystery boxes. I don't know if that's like a controversial thing to do, but it would, all the stuff that would go into the boxes would be items that I purchased with me in mind to sell them. Like I wouldn't be buying the stuff for the boxes. It would just be, it would be stuff that I wanted to sell but then just didn't end up selling, kind of thing. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys would be interested in those, just because I do kind of want to get through all of this inventory that I've been sitting on, unlisted stuff, and get back to shopping, get back to the fun stuff. So yeah, I'm thinking about trying those out. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, another two-piece bundle. First off, these again both sold very quickly. This is a Mink Pink high-low sweater with a dramatic tiger print on the back. I don't typically pick up this brand, Mink Pink, but like I was just mentioning, anything funky, unique, interesting, cool, I will get regardless of brand. Second and last is this Jane and Delancey long line button-down tunic blouse top. This, I'm not sure where this is sold. It's probably at like TJ Maxx kind of thing, but it sells well for me, so I continue to get it. They usually do a lot of like boho stuff, animal prints, tie-dye, and you know, people like those kind of prints. So the bundle price for these two came out to $63. And I was offered $45, which I accepted. My earnings were $36, and my net profit was right around $32. So I hope the buyer enjoys. These are really cute, unique pieces that are easy to just throw on with like a plain pair of pants, but still have a very statement outfit. Which is always fun. Okay, moving on, another two-piece bundle, both purple items, so that's cool. First off is Easel Los Angeles. This also sold within a couple days. It's a waffle knit thermal top. This was something that I have also sold in the past. I've sold this in green before, and it actually sold, I think, same day last time as well. So Bolo for Easel Los Angeles with super like boho style pieces. Second and last is this, the tag says wearables, which this is a division within the XCVI brand. I do like getting that brand. They have a lot of artsy lag and look kind of pieces, and this does fit into that. So it's a mixed media blouse, meaning that the front is linen, and then the back upper is like a slub cotton with linen on the bottom half, and then oversized mother of pearl buttons going down the back half. Also a raw fringe hem, really pretty. I just kind of threw this into my cart at the bins one day, so I have had this a little bit longer. This I've probably had a couple months now. I have a post office next door to the bins, and sometimes when I have to take packages, I'll just pop in and buy 5 or 6 things at the bins, and it's really nice. It just kind of bumps my week up a little bit. It's funny because I always say that that shopping center is just like a reseller's paradise. You have the post office and the bins right next to each other, so it's very convenient. Okay, so the bundle price for these two was $60. I was offered $45. I did accept. My earnings were $36, and my net profit was $33. Okay, next we have a sweater. Dolan Left Coast collection. This was originally sold at Anthropologie. It's super cute. This is also mixed media. It's kind of like a tweed body and then just a knit sweater sleeve. It has bell sleeves. It's a size extra large. If this had been extra small, I might have left it. It is so cute, but this brand Dolan Left Coast collection does usually end up sitting for me. But with the combination of everything, I had to go ahead and grab this. I do think it's adorable. I don't know. With it being wintertime still, I think I would get it in any size. It also looks brand new. So we love that. And the stock photos were honestly really cute. You guys ask me sometimes about using stock photos. I do use them pretty frequently. There are certain brands that I won't, like Soft Surroundings, sometimes Lululemon, Victoria's Secret. Those are brands that I try to not use stock photos for because I have had listings taken down because the brand has contacted Poshmark and said, you know, hey, this needs to be taken down. She has stock photos, whatever. It's not a huge deal, but you do want to try to avoid that for sure because your closet can be shut down. But if it ever happens, I just stop using stock photos for that particular brand. So far, it's only been Soft Surroundings. So I do not use Soft Surroundings stock photos. But I will for pretty much any other brand because they typically don't care. You know, they're not going to use employee manpower to like hunt down people that are using stock photos to resell their clothing. But you do want to be mindful of it. If you ever get like a warning or anything, I would highly suggest you just stop using stock photos for that particular brand. Okay, so I listed this Dolan sweater at $35. Within a couple days, I got a $25 offer, which I did counter to $30, and that was accepted. So my earnings were $24, and my net profit was $22. So I was really happy about that for that sweater. Okay, moving on, yet another two-piece bundle. First is this Blue and Gray Signature Soft pullover, long sleeve, like lightweight jacket kind of thing. It has an oversized kind of cowl neck with a little drawstring. This was also missing its size, but it did measure like a large, I want to say. And then LNA, size 1X, really soft and cozy, animal print, kind of lounge top. So kind of reiterating what I was saying earlier, comfy stuff, flies out of my closet, especially from popular brands like Blue and Gray, LNA. So the bundle price for these two was $60 and I was offered $40. I did go ahead and accept that. My earnings were $32 and my net profit was $27.50 for these two pieces. Blue and Gray is another, what was the brand I said earlier that was one of my best selling bread and butter brands? Was it American Eagle? I think it was. Well, anyways, I would say Blue and Gray is also, oh, American Eagle, Blue and Gray. Those are all very consistent selling bread and butter brands for me. They pay probably a large portion of my bills. So I have a fond appreciation for them, or I think fondly of them. Okay, next we have a cardigan from Torrid. Speaking of, I would add this to that list, Torrid. This is a 4X open front, long line, very boho, artsy kind of cardigan. So cute, in good shape. It has pockets at the hips. This was something else that I have sold in a different colorway in the past. So again, I just copy and pasted that listing. So easy to list. And it sold very quickly. I knew it would. Anything a little bit more substantial like this from Torrid usually goes really fast. So I listed this at $32 and I was offered $25. I did counter to $30 just because it is a little bit more substantial with the length of it. It's a little bit longer and it was in really good condition. So that's why I countered to $30. They did counter me back to 28, and I thought for a minute about countering back to 30, but I just quickly checked comps. I just typed in Torrid cardigan, and a lot of them were selling for around $20. And so I just, well, $20 and under, like maybe like 15 to 20-ish. And so because of that, I did go ahead and just accept the $28 counter. You do want to keep comps in mind and give a fair market price, I would say. So my earnings were $22.40, and my net profit was $20 on this cardigan, which I'm happy with. If I can make back $20 from every Torrid piece I sell, I would be ecstatic about that. Okay, moving on. Oh, this was a good sale. So this is American Eagle. It's a boyfriend fit button-down shirt. I mentioned when I showed this in the haul, again, a very quick sale here. I mentioned that I do pick up pretty much all boyfriend fit or boyfriend style shirts like this from mall brands like American Eagle, Express. Those are the only two I can think of right now, but maybe like Abercrombie and Fitch, that kind of thing. And they do sell really well for me. This one sold same day, full price for $28. I think it's just that reoccurring idea I've been saying, that people just want to be comfy and casual and cute. This is easy to wear over like a tank with some leggings and sneakers. My earnings were $22.40, and my net profit was $20 on this top. Now I do add in a lot of keywords like shacket. Well, maybe not shacket. Let me see. I know obviously I add in boyfriend as a keyword. Okay, long line. So long line just means that the length is longer. It kind of covers the bum. So like I was saying, you could wear it with leggings and have that coverage there. I added boho, layering, minimalist, contemporary, because this does kind of hit several different style categories. It is kind of, you know, minimalist, contemporary, but it is also kind of boho, and you do have the boyfriend style there. So it does appeal to a lot of different, you know, types of styles, which I try to market in my listings. Alrighty, next, yet another two-piece bundle. I think we've had a world record of those for today. So this is Free People. It's a pink, kind of slouchy off-shoulder slub cotton thermal top. It has a high-low hem, very oversized, very slouchy. Yeah, because this is size small. This was yet another piece I have sold in the past. I've sold it in white before. And then we have this Lululemon, I think this is called the City to Yoga jacket. And there were not a lot of these listed, this particular style of jacket from Lululemon. And several had sold around that $75 mark in the past. And so I did list this a little bit higher because of that. I think I'm getting lint on here because of this Free People top. I just lint rolled this jacket like 6 times. So I'm gonna wrap that separately from this top so that I don't get the kind of like cottony lint on that Lululemon jacket. But yeah, and this was actually a full price sale, this bundle. So that was so exciting. It came out to $105. Both listed for just a couple days. My earnings were $84, and my net profit was around $80 on this bundle. So happy about that. And just give this a quick little lint roll. I think my paper might have some lint on it. I do have my paper. I get this from Amazon. It's from U-Haul. I have all of my shipping supplies linked down below if you guys are curious. I just went through and updated all my links. I think the only thing that's not available is the Dr. Martens Wonder Balsam. I don't know where I'm going to repurchase that. If you guys have purchased that anywhere recently, let me know where, because I'm almost out and it's like out of stock everywhere. And I love it. That's what I polish all of my shoes with. Grab my $10.95 box. Or no, sorry, this is $10.92. This is the box that's just a little bit smaller. Okay, last couple pieces from my women's closet. We have American Eagle, super cute. So this is like a rare pickup for me because this is the older tag from American Eagle, which I do definitely shy away from. But this had so many things going for it. I did want to get it. It is in excellent condition, so you know, you wouldn't really know that it's older. It also is a wool blend, which does elevate the quality a little bit. It has this really fun boho southwestern print to it. And once again, I have sold this exact sweater in the past, so I knew that I could just copy and paste the listing over. It would take me 2 minutes to list. So for all those reasons, I did want to grab it. I've had it for, I would say, like a month, maybe a month and a half now. I listed at $32. Someone liked it recently, and so I sent them out a $28 offer with discount ship. That was accepted. So my earnings were $19.72, and my net profit was $17.50 on this sweater. So I'm happy with that. It is super cute. I love the print on it. This is totally a sweater that I would wear personally with some boots or booties. And moving on to our very last sale from my women's closet. This is Loft Beach. So Ann Taylor Loft from their beach line. This is adorable. It's like a little cover-up mini dress kind of thing with a papaya print all over. Adorable, so cute. I had to grab this, and this actually sold full price. I've had it, I would say, maybe like 4 or 5 months, and it sold today full price for $30. That made my earnings $24 and my net profit $22. I definitely got this because of the novelty print. If you guys have been watching my channel, you would know I love novelty prints personally. As you can see on my sweater, I have a quail novelty print here, but also because they just sell really well. They're marketable. I'm not alone in liking novelty prints. A lot of people like, you know, birds, fruits, bikes, that kind of thing. And it just kind of adds like a quirky aspect to the piece that makes it more unique and more fun. And a lot of people like to express themselves through their clothing. So, okay, our very last sale for today to package up is actually from my men's closet. It's a pair of suspenders. I just stumbled into a pile of suspenders at the bins one day, probably like a year ago. It took me a long time to list them. It might have been a couple years ago. It took me like 6 months to list them. But there were several Trafalgar brand suspenders in the pile, which is a great brand to know for suspenders. these up. A lot of people search out the brand Trafalgar suspenders because they know they're high quality. They also make, like I was just mentioning, novelty print suspenders. I've sold a pair of Trafalgar brand suspenders that had a duck print, I want to say for like $75, and then I sold a pair that had an owl print for $100. And these were in the pile of suspenders, but they were not that brand. These were like unbranded, but they were genuine leather. So I did go ahead and get them. These just sold for $20. So my net profit was like right around 15-ish, which I'm happy with. You know, it all adds up. And that was that pile of suspenders that I grabbed. I probably paid like, I don't know, maybe like $3 for all of them. And when it's all said and done, I'll probably make maybe like $300 to $400 off of all of them. So that was a great little stumble into there at the bins. But yeah, so that is absolutely everything that I had to ship out today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did enjoy, please feel free to leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, y'all.